Good afternoon. It is 2 o'clock. We know people are still coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy homecoming, everybody. It's Thursday of homecoming. If you can hear me, you can just say hello in the chat so we can know that we can hear you. You can hear us very clearly. Wave your hand, say hi. Let's know there. We want to see you in the chat. Let's see. Awesome. Hello, 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 Joe. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you guys. As you guys are coming in, let us know where you're from. Let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to see that as well. Hi, Kisha. Hi, everybody. Happy homecoming to everyone as you're coming in. We appreciate you being here today. Excited about this conversation. Hi there. Hi, Sishna. Hi, Tanya. Good to have you all with us today. All right. Well, my name is LaVarn, and we are here for From Campus to Career. And it is all about alumni networking, from campus to career, unleashing the potential of alumni networking. I just want to again welcome you. My name is LaVarn Gordon. I am a part of the Alumni Affairs team, and along with me, I have John Robert. John Robert, you want to say hello to the people?
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely. So we are here. This is day 4 of virtual homecoming. I hope that you guys have been following us and attending some of the other events this week. But this is one that we collaborated with our career services team today to bring you this important conversation about alumni networking. And so we're so excited to have Hannah Brumbaugh with us, who is representing the career services team, who's going to lead the discussion with our panelists. So I'm going to turn it over to her. I'm going to stop sharing my screen just for a moment and let her introduce herself and get into the conversation. But thank you guys so much for being here.
Cool. Thank you so much, LaVarn. So like you said, my name is Hannah Brumbaugh. I am the Resource and Student Engagement Coordinator for the Department of Career Services. So I am super excited about this presentation today to be able to talk with some alumni, to kind of hear what their experience has been, just networking out in the world, how working with career services has helped them get there, and kind of what that path has looked like. So I'm going to let our guests introduce themselves. Nina, we'll start with you, and then Chris.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Nina Rivera-Nunez. I have been with AMU as a student and now alumni since 2010. I received my first degree in 2014, and that was a bachelor's in marketing. My next conferral was in 2008 when I received a master's degree in history, and my next conferral date will be December 2023. I just finished my MBA earlier this month, so it gets conferred in December. During my time at AMU, I have used networking on a constant basis. It's basically how I got this job that I'm currently working in. I work at Syracuse University as an admissions advising counselor. So I basically got this job because of AMU, all of my experience. I am the current president of ALPHA, which is the Association of Latino Professionals for America, as well as an ambassador for the school. And that is just a little bit of something about me.
Thank you, Nina. Chris?
Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon. I assume we can hear me because I know we can't see me. Like I said, maybe it's for the best. No, I'm here rocking an AMU shirt. Was really excited about it. Sorry, my camera doesn't work. But my name is Chris Hassett. I have been with AMU. I don't have an exact count like Nina did. I'm going to say a lot of years. We'll go with a lot of years. I recently graduated in 2022 with a bachelor's in information technology management. It was a 20-year uphill battle of balancing military life and home life and things like that. And AMU APUS has been incredible and supportive in helping me achieve that goal. And then through career services, I've enjoyed being able to connect with APUS as well as my current company, Mantech, where I am an executive director of product delivery. I've been here for about 7.5 years, and I've just enjoyed being able to use the alumni network to connect with people in Mantech, connect with people that are in other industry partners, and really looking forward to sharing any and all information I can today to maybe help the next person in their career journey.
Great, thank you so much, Chris. So we will go ahead and jump in. Our first question today for our two panelists is, what networking strategies or techniques have you found most effective in advancing your career or securing opportunities post-graduation?
So basically, first off, I think networking is so important, and I learned that the hard way. My first go around the AMU, I did not really get to know anybody. I didn't do any networking. I did not join any organizations. As soon as I finished my degree, I enrolled in the master's degree, and that was in history. And as soon as I did that, my classmates were the first ones to reach out to me, like, "Hey, you should join this. You should join that." At that opportunity, at that point, it must have been a month into my master's degree, I became an officer in the Saber and Scroll Historical Society and joined Pi MMU Honor Society. Became an officer in both of those groups, and that helped me to network. Not only that, but it helped me to work on my speaking skills. I did not like public speaking, so I had to host meetings, which was really difficult at first. So it allowed me to network. I built up a huge community, and I continued with that until 2017. I'm going to say I became vice president of Alpha. In 2018, I became the president, and I've been the president since. I did an internship with Alpha. They work with Bank of America. So that really assisted me and helped me out. So I kind of used the school organizations, being an ambassador, to get me out in front of executives for not only Bank of America, but for a ton of other companies as well, which had coaching and just so many people that I was able to be in contact with, that I'm still in contact with to this day, that assisted me in getting my previous job at Bank of America. They helped me with the resume prep, application prep, mock interviews, anything you can think of pretty much that somebody can assist you with. That's basically what I had. And I use it to my advantage. I worked with my Alpha, our peer mentor, and the faculty at Alpha and AMU as well. I had great faculty and great professors, and I worked with all of them to help me to get the job that I have previously and the job I have now. So I used a lot of the networks. I'm going to say Alpha was huge, but the Historical Studies Honor Society, Saber and Scroll, they were really great as well. And they helped me finish up my degree. Like when I needed help, they were the ones there for me. All right, Chris, I think I covered what I kind of remembered.
I can't just say what Nina said, right? I imagine ditto is not an acceptable answer. I don't plan on saying that. I'm sorry, but so I've been with Mantech for 7.5 years. That's the longest I've been with any company since I left the military. I think that speaks to how much I enjoy Mantech. But my journey through AMU and the achievements there has really kind of allowed me to solidify what I'm doing here. But the familiarity of being a military veteran, full-time working parent and student, is has paid off in terms of networking with people in the industry or looking to get into the industry. So I think, with folks like Jay, I've worked with Jay on career services stuff, to networking, to on the recruiting aspect of bringing people out there that are going through the same thing and looking to jump into industry, looking to jump into something like Mantech. The virtual career fairs that you guys have, I've been able to participate in that. That's brought in a lot of resumes that I've been able to kind of push out, or maybe even speak to a hiring manager going, I had a really great conversation with this person, you should call them. And I think, being able to do that, the networking aspect of that through those types of forums, through a forum like this, and then, APUS afforded me this awesome opportunity to film one of their commercials last year, to where every now and then I still get people who recognize me and ask about the story. And it's a great way to kind of start a conversation, continue a conversation, secure a connection, and find common ground, and that advances the conversation to whatever it is. So I think all the networking aspects out there, the virtual career fairs, and then the biggest of them all is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is huge. It's not for everybody, but I think that's one of the biggest networking opportunities out there. And I run into so many people that, have a similar story or did go to, an APUS school. And, it's just really brought on, I think, and opened up a lot of relationships that I otherwise wouldn't have had.
Yeah. Great points from both of you about, how to kind of start getting connected to people, internships, LinkedIn. I do want to take a moment for a shameless plug and say that the Department of Career Services does support those types of resources and has supplemental resources for alumni for life. So we have launched CareerLink, we have Hiration, which are new software platforms. I'll drop the links in the chat for you all at the end of this presentation if our guests want to go and visit and check it out. But we kind of help support all these things that Nina and Chris are talking about. So thank you both so much for hopping on some really good subjects there and letting me piggyback off that for a shameless plug for some of the stuff we do. So our next question is, can you share a specific networking success story where your connections through alumni networks or career services played a significant role in your professional journey?
Absolutely. This is going to go back to Alpha as well. So when I decided it was time to move on and get a new job, I reached out to the faculty advisor of Alpha and I spoke to her about a position that I was interested in. I received her advice, and we spoke about this for a bit before I did actually apply. And then when I did apply, um, and I interviewed, I needed some recommendations. So she wrote me a letter of recommendation, which basically got me the job. So it was wonderful because I had not only, her name is Dr. Monica Galante, she was the faculty advisor of Alpha, but not only her, through my other contacts from networking through AMU, I had mock interviews done. So before my interview, I had somebody help me with the mock interview. They went over my resume again, and we kind of worked about how to negotiate. What do we do next? What happens when you get there, during the entire process? So it was nice. And even when I was offered the job and I was like, is this what I should do? Having somebody from the outside or somebody that knew me, that had worked with me for several years, having that person really just speak with me and just kind of tell me that this was the right thing I was doing, because it was a really difficult, when you leave a job and you go for another job, it is always very difficult for that different experience. And I was so thankful for everything that the school offered me. And it wasn't just Alpha, it was everything I've done since I've been at AMU, since joining organizations in 2015. It gave me the confidence I needed. And one of the things that my current supervisor loved when she read my cover letter was the fact that I was an ambassador for AMU. So that's all over LinkedIn. If you look at my LinkedIn, I'm constantly discussing AMU, posting up articles, because AMU means so much to me. I am a military spouse. My husband's been in the Air Force for 20 plus years. So throughout my journey of him being away and traveling, I had to be by myself, and AMU made a wonderful community for me, and they really helped with the networking and getting this job and my previous job. So I am so thankful for everything that AMU has done and all of the fantastic people I have met. All right, Chris.
So I think I have a similar thought here, and it's the level of engagement you guys have started with me. And when I say you guys, I mean the school, the institution. And going back to, and sort of a disclaimer here. I'm going to reference this commercial probably a couple of times, and I don't do it to be pretentious. It's actually sometimes very hard for me to talk about myself, but it's a factor. And I think when we first did that, and the level of engagement, and that was 2 years in the making because of COVID, that really helped me launch a brand for myself. Before that, I was another face in the industry, right? Another body in the industry. And being able to tell my story, share the successes, and relate it back to not only Mantech, but relate it to any other veterans that are out there, or any other working adults that are trying to just advance their education, really launched a brand to where the level of engagement I get from my company, I can walk on to the C-suite floor, and everybody knows me by name now, which is an awesome thing when the CEO can walk by and know your name, out of a company of 10,000 people. And then the engagement from industry now going, hey, I've seen this guy talk on TV. He's got great information to share, to where now I've done a handful of podcasts now just based off of that level of engagement, right? And that allows me to kind of go out, share a message. But again, I'm building a brand. I know I'm a known person now that I think helps me advance conversations for business and advance conversations internally at Mantech. And, is a factor, honestly, when it comes time for my performance evaluations and the things that I'm putting back and the work that I'm putting back into the company. So yeah, I think it's been a game changer. It's been a life changer. It really has.
That's great. They're all really great points. And to Chris's point about personal brand in the Department of Career Services, that's what we encourage students, alumni, individuals to do, is build that brand for yourself. And, to Nina's point about LinkedIn, AMU's all over her LinkedIn. That's part of personal brand. And so making those connections with people and building those relationships, the CEO could know your name. Or you could be on LinkedIn and really have an impact on users who are looking for schools or who are looking for jobs, or even for yourself who think, wow, they're really great, really posting some amazing stuff on this platform. I wonder what they would say about us if we gave them the chance to work with us for an internship or something like that. So all of that is part of that brand that gets you networking and connected to individuals that otherwise maybe you wouldn't have got connected to. So great points from both of you. Thank you. Our next question is, how has your involvement with career services or alumni networks helped you develop essential skills such as personal branding, communication, or relationship building to excel in your chosen career path?
So being involved with the alumni networks really helped with my personal branding. I love LinkedIn, so I'm constantly on LinkedIn, and my profile has definitely changed over the last few years. I've worked with professionals that have helped to optimize my LinkedIn profile just to show what I actually do, what I want to do versus, oh my gosh, there's so much on here. And it's like, what are we doing right now? So now if you go to my profile, it actually shows what I do, what I'm passionate about. And that's pretty much military, working with military members, and being involved in education. Before that, you couldn't really tell. So I feel that these networks have really assisted with that, with communication as well. I never would have reached out to anybody on my own. That to me was like, oh my gosh, no, I'm really shy. Even if I'm sending a message, I just never felt comfortable with that. But with the networking, it really helped me. So now I do reach out to people like, hey, I saw you, or I saw an article you posted. I think you're really awesome. Can we connect? So that has been really important. And the most important aspect, I think, is making connections, making these great relationships. So there are people that I worked with, that I built these relationships with 2015, even beforehand, and I still maintain that relationship, whether it's sending a message every couple of months or it's liking their post, commenting on their post, reaching out to them like, hey, do you remember this? Hey, can we have a chat? I think it's so important once you build your network to actually nourish that network and keep working with those individuals. Once you have a network of 500 plus people, you obviously can't speak to all of them on a daily or weekly basis, but just showing that you're there and you're still involved in their lives, because you really don't want to wait until you're looking for a job or looking for an internship to reach out to everybody. If you are constantly involved with these and nurturing these relationships, I think it'll definitely help you. So that would be my advice. Just make sure you nurture all the relationships that you do build, message them, like their post, and just reach out to them whenever you possibly can.
I'm I'm with Nina. So I'm a closet introvert, if that makes sense. I think a lot of people don't believe that I'm more introverted than maybe I let on to be, but I am. And my comfort level of engagement, kind of like Nina said about, approaching somebody, sending out an email, wasn't always there. But I think with everything that I've been, fortunate enough to participate in with the institution has improved my comfort level with speaking and engaging and, talking to a stranger and things like that. And I think that advances, like I said, conversations about business and, career journeys and things like that. So, overall being able to participate in something like this, I think has improved my comfort level. And it has also allowed me to go back and critique myself on how I engage on these things and learn how many times I actually do say in the middle of a sentence, and being able to kind of improve and refine and finesse my communication style, especially when I'm engaging in something in public. There's another. And I haven't perfected it, right? It's a continuous improvement journey, but I think again, I'd be sitting here as just another face in industry, another body in industry, without this level of engagement. And like you said, Hannah, building a brand out here and putting myself out there so that I am a known entity and I am differentiating myself from peers in the industry.
Yeah, great. Thank you both. Those are really great suggestions and background on kind of why LinkedIn's important, why, to Chris's point, working on some of those public speaking roles are important, especially if you're introverted. I'm the same way, Chris. I'm a closeted introvert. I'm very extroverted, but so I get it. All right, our next question is, what advice would you give to current students on how to proactively leverage alumni networks and career services to enhance their career prospects while they're still in school?
This is a really great question. First off, everything you start early. Start networking super early. Do not wait until your last year of school. Do not wait until you're about to look for the job. AMU and APU, the school in general, has so many alumni networks. They have so many clubs and activities for current students. Get involved, whether it's an organization. Let's say you're in school for history, join the Saber and Scroll, join Alpha. There's so many other organizations as well. Join the Alumni Council. That is another great one. Become an ambassador. There's so much that you can do, and you meet so many people. One of the things I started doing to help me locally when I moved up to the Syracuse area, I became a part of Wreaths Across America. So not only was I doing it for AMU, but I was doing it in the Syracuse area. So not only did I invite people from AMU and other members, and my groups will all join me, but I would meet people from Syracuse as well. I am a complete introvert. In all ways and shapes. That's just me. So this was a way for me to actually get out there and meet people. And it helped because I would meet people and and I would go with my AMU hat, my AMU coat, and they started asking me questions about AMU, which is great. And I could speak about the school. And it helped me to network because I met so many people. Even when I started my job now, I work out of the 174th Air Force Base in Syracuse. I knew pretty much so many people at this base because I had been involved with this community for so many years. So when I applied and I received this job, it's like, oh, I know you, I know this person, which really helped. So I would advise if, just start joining organizations. You don't have to have like a big position. It can be, I started off as a treasurer and a secretary, but there were other positions that are available as well. They can just be a part of, and it's great because you can actually work on your communication skills when there are meetings. There were points where we each had to speak during the meetings. There was points where I had to actually host a meeting, and you're doing it with the entire executive board. You're having members come from the school and that are interested in the organizations. So there's so many different things that you can do. So start looking at the different organizations. Start networking even with your classmates, with your professors. They are all willing to help you. When I worked in my first degree at AMU, I was in my senior seminar class, and the professor I had was a marketing professor. He started sending me job links for marketing jobs, which I thought was amazing because I had never experienced that before. So just reach out, let people know what you're doing, what you're interested in. You don't know who can help you, and they can connect you to somebody who may be able to assist. So start early would be my advice. Thank you.
Start early is 100% correct, right? I think it's an unreasonable expectation to sit and be a full-time student and not do anything on the outside and then expect that you're going to land that dream job right after graduation. It's possible, but it's not likely possible, right? The networking aspect of things, and being able to kind of again put your brand out there. There's a very negative connotation about the job market of it's not what you know, it's who you know. But there's a positive spin on that of, it's who you know because this person engaged and networked and now they're a known quantity, right? They're a known quality. This person I worked with on this, they're very passionate. I think they would serve well in this position, right? So I think the networking aspect of that and diving in and maybe taking, if you're getting job links, looking at jobs, maybe it's not the exact job that you want, that's part of your goal, but everything's a stepping stone, right? And you need that job experience on your resume anyway to be considered for other positions. I mean, I'm a hiring manager leading a team of 35. I'm going to look at somebody with job market experience over a fresh graduate every time, right? I'm going to take a closer look because we need that experience. Now, sure, there are entry level jobs out there and things like that. But if you're looking for advancement, again, I don't think the expectation is reasonable that you can sit and just do school and nothing else, and then you're going to come out and everything's going to line up. It's just not how the industry works. It's not. So, like Nina said, start early, engage, start building that network, building that brand, building that experience.
Yeah, and all great points. I'm going to go ahead and share in the chat a link to CareerLink, which is a new software that we've started. And this is a great opportunity for students and alumni to kind of go in and look at jobs, look at what's posted on the job board in there, look at resources that can help you kind of start to get engaged early. And then there are other resources also in your Success Center that talk about getting involved here at AMU or APU. So please use your resources that are there. Our last question for our presenters, and then we will open up the floor for a few questions, time permitting, is: what career services have you taken advantage of, and how did those services further your employment options?
I love the virtual career fairs. That was one of the first things I started doing when I attended AMU and I was looking for a job. It really helped me because there was points where there were companies I wanted to work for that would attend, and sometimes I'm like, no, not really. But it gave me the experience I needed. I was able to have those one-on-one interviews, and also there was points where they'd have like group interviews. That really worked on my communication skills because, as I said, I'm an introvert, and just having to be in front of somebody is so nerve-wracking for me. So I use that to not only see what jobs are out there, but to help with my interview skills, and just to help myself speak in front of other people and get myself known. So if I didn't get a job, if I didn't apply at that point, I would see the same companies over and over again. And it made it easier for me when I went and I would speak about, or when I try to interview. So it was really great. And I did use the resume services. I remember I had an interview like maybe a week out, and I did not like my resume and it needs to be updated. So I went through career services and they did assist me with that. It was so last minute, but I was so glad that somebody who procrastinated was able to get the assistance. So that's what I pretty much use. I will use those sources, and that's something I will continue to use. With the market constantly changing, it's so important to keep up with your resume and change it as often as you possibly can. So I would say, even if you're not looking for a job right now, go ahead and have your resume reviewed by somebody. I work with a lot of students in my position, for my professional job as well as for Alpha. So people are always looking for career services. So I do send all of the members I'm working with to career services, because you need to keep that resume updated. You need to see what jobs are out there, and keep that resume updated. I try to update mine once every 6 months, unless something else changes that's a little bit sooner than that. Then I'll just go ahead and update that as well. So I would say reach out to career services. You can email them. You do not have to call them. You can just go ahead and email them, and you can send your resume into them, and they will work with you. So they are a really good resource to have.
And I'm probably taking this from a different angle, but using the idea of the virtual career fair. I'm for Mantech, I am the designated academic engagement lead for AMU. And I've been able to participate in these career fairs and stand alongside the recruiting team looking to find quality people and staff the open requisitions that we have out there. And these are all going through, the engagement of career services, things like that. And, I think recruiting has been able to find some quality people. I've been able to be there as a proof point or a story of having been a student, being at this company for 7.5 years and being part of executive leadership. On the AMU aspect, the amount of active military and military veterans we run into. Mantech has, a statistic that they brag about all the time, which is specific that, nearly 50% of our workforce is comprised of veterans. We're very proud of that, right? The institution, you guys had a campaign a couple of years ago, and I still steal it. And it was service is a skill. And I wholeheartedly believe that, right? Our veteran workforce, our military workforce is highly, they're all highly skilled and trained in various aspects there. And they bring a lot to the table when it comes to quality work experience, leadership, commitment, dedication, loyalty, all these things that you would want in there. And I think we're able to do that through, the networking through career services and the virtual career fairs. And it's been tremendous. And Mantech continues to partner with AMU each year because it's been beneficial for them as well.
Great, thank you so much, Chris and Nina. So at this time, we can open up the floor to questions from our guests and attendees. Please drop them into the chat and I'll moderate them for our presenters.
Perhaps they're all introverts as well.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You all have
No, not at all.
answered some really good questions today with some really strong answers, a lot of great insight, I believe, for students and alumni for resources they're looking forward, where they can go with their career paths, kind of how to get there, what those stepping stones would look like. Do either of you have any, final comments? Oh, we do have a question. We'll come back to my question then at the end. So have you seen anyone be successful without LinkedIn? So have either of you, know a coworker, an individual who is successful without ever using that platform?
I would say yes, definitely. There are a lot of people that do not use LinkedIn, that do not use social media at all. My husband had also attended AMU. He does not use social media at all, and he has been very successful in his career, in interviewing. He has all the skills that you would need, and he does all of his networking in person. So he is more of an extrovert, so he can go out and actually meet people. So he does it that way. Well, I prefer LinkedIn because I cannot go out and meet people. It's not as easy for me. I'd rather do it on virtually, basically. But my husband has been very successful, does not use LinkedIn, will get his resume updated, will work on his interview skills. And like as I mentioned, it's all in person for him. So you can definitely be successful. You do not need social media. You do not need LinkedIn. It's just maintaining those relationships, whether you're building them in person or even over email. If you meet other students or other alumni and you keep in contact through email, that works out just as well.
Yeah, and I probably don't have a specific case. There's probably a few that I know that are completely off social media. Mantech is, specifically supports a lot about our national security mission, right? So there's a lot of people with some, pretty fancy clearances out there, and they're not on social media by design, right? And they're able to be successful at what they do, and that's part of their network. Can you do it without LinkedIn or something like that? Sure, you can, but it's gonna be what you put into it. And like Nina said, with her husband going and doing the in-person networking, you're gonna have to supplement and not having LinkedIn with something like that. So can you do it without having that and doing nothing? No, I don't think you would be successful in that. But you have to have, what's your plan B? What's your alternate option? And it's going to be as successful as the work you put into it.
Great, thank you. Our next question is, as someone who is now APU alumni and in between a BA and an MA and did not start networking at the beginning, what would you suggest is the best way to build a network?
I would say definitely join the different organizations. If you go on to the APUS website, they show all the organizations, whether it's alumni organizations or for current students. Join those organizations, see which ones. They have so many different organizations there. There's honor societies and there's different interest societies, there's ethnic societies. Go ahead and see which one you like and just send an email out. And I would say join if you're interested in those. And it's a great way because there's no pressure. You do not have to become an officer if you don't want to, but it's a great way for you to start off and just attend the meetings. And you don't even have to speak during the meetings. You can just sit there and listen, see what they're about. That's how I built up my network. I joined a couple of organizations. I didn't do it. I waited until I was getting my master's degree. Throughout my bachelor's degree, I did not join anything. So I kind of waited until as soon as I started my master's degree, and it really helped. My network thrived after that. So I would definitely suggest just going out and looking to see which ones are of interest to you, because if you're interested in those organizations, you'll want to continue with them, maybe become an officer and work with them, do volunteer work with them. So there's a lot of opportunities, and AMU does have so many opportunities, even at commencement. So if you go to commencement, you can volunteer, you can go to meetings. I know that there were several meetings a year that I would attend during commencement, and you can even put yourself in for an award. So there's so much you can do. I would just say, look at the organizations first, see what you're interested in, and go from there.
Yeah, join a club, right? Join an effort. Any kind of organization that's focused around maybe what your goals are, whether it's a personal goal of improving public speaking, or your professional goal of what you want to do in what kind of industry. Aside from everything that Nina said, commencement is 100% back that. It's a fun event, and you're going to run into so many people with a similar story that have great information. But looking at what your professional goal is, what your industry is, taking an example from what I get involved in, one of the biggest networking organizations that we have in this area is an organization called AFCEA. And AFCEA is an international organization for, basically, government communicators, IT, all of that. And they have events all the time. They have the big conference events, and then they have small little chapter breakfasts and things like that. I think that's how you can kind of get yourself out there to network. And then, I believe the person identified themselves as being, grad in between and having graduated. Reach out to LeVar, start looking at the engagement possibilities through the Alumni Advisory Council. That's a great way. That's a great group of folks. I connect with them and celebrate their successes when we see each other and pass each other on LinkedIn. And it's been great. And I think these are going to be people that I'm going to know for, a long time to come, and will be part of my network. And I would suggest you go out and do that. The Alumni Advisory Council is a lot of fun.
Thank you both. Do we have any more questions for our panelists? Well, if not, I want to take this time to say thank you from the Department of Career Services to both of our panelists, and to Alumni Affairs, LeVar, Student Affairs. Thank you all for partnering with us today and kind of helping us get the information out to alumni and students about what it looks like, networking out there, what it looks like using LinkedIn. The career fairs. So the best thing for you all to do to kind of see how many we have, you can either go to the employer relations website, or you can go to CareerLink, which is one of the links I dropped in here, and you can go to events and you can kind of see what events are coming up, and that'll help you know when there are going to be career fairs and also what the focus of them are. All career fairs, while most are welcome, I say most just because we do one called Nationwide that allows external individuals to kind of come in and join our alumni and our students. But other ones are focused on different things. So please check those events, go into CareerLink, see what's going on in there. That'll help you with that. And at this point, I will turn it over to LeVar.
All right, thank you guys so much. Let's give a hand clap in the chat for these guys. This is an awesome conversation. Thank you so much, Nina and Chris, for joining us today. And thank you, Hannah, for leading this off. We enjoyed this conversation so much. We appreciate you guys a lot for what you're doing. So again, if you guys have any questions about anything that was shared today or would like to reach out to the Career Services team to get support in all of these things, just reach out to careerservices@apus.edu, and they'll be happy to work with you and get you started on the way. But again, thank you, Nina and Chris. We appreciate them so much for being here. So before we let you guys go today, we did want to share a couple other things with you. So I'm going to share my screen again really quickly. And we're going to start off with a swag giveaway. Swag giveaway. So we love doing this because it is homecoming week. We wanted to make sure that we had a little bit of fun with you guys as well. And so with that being said, I wanted to ask anybody, and I'm going to do one AMU and one APU question for you. So it's going to be real easy. And if you've been on one of the other events, you cannot answer because you already know the answer to the question. However, here's the question for my AMU. Let me see who's AMU in the chat. If you're AMU, let me see you. Let me see you. AMU. AMU people. All right, Curtis, I see you. AMU. Hey, AMU, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. All right, so here's your question, and I want to see whoever gets it right the first answer. What is the name of the AMU mascot? What is the name of the AMU mascot? Let's see if anybody can get it. Uh-oh. Do we not know? What is the name of the AMU mascot? That is what it is. There it is. Levana. Good job. Valor is his name. Valor is his name. There it is. Valor, that's his name. Good job. Levana, thank you for that. So because you were the first one to answer, we are going to send you some swag. John Robert is going to send you a link in the chat so that you can fill that out so we can get you some swag sent there. All right. Do we have any APU people in the room? APU. Let's see you. APU, all right. Michelle, Regina. All right, guys. Okay. So same question for you, APU guys. What is the name of your mascot? What is the name of your mascot? Let's see. Does anybody have it? I know Regina knows. What is the name of your mascot? Not Golden Eagle. Okay, maybe it's a little bit hard. Maybe it's a little hard. Oh, I like that, Brittany. Does it rhyme with cake? I like that. Okay, maybe that one's a little hard. What is the mascot? Let me ask that. What is the mascot? Oh, Michelle got it. There it is. Jake, Michelle, congratulations. You got it right. Jake is the name of the mascot. So we will send you some swag as well for being the first to get it right. Congratulations to you, Michelle. And we hope that you will enjoy that swag. All right, so let's keep this going. Just a few other things we want to share with you guys. Congratulations to both of our winners. So you heard the panelists talk about the Alumni Advisory Council. And so we want to make sure that you guys know that this week we are in the last week of nominations for the 2024 council. So our Alumni Advisory Council, they serve for a one-year term where they are being the voice for the alumni community, as well as partnering with the university to help with different initiatives that we have going on where we could use their voice to be a part of it. They are very involved. They are very active. I'm proud to say that they are one of this year's, they were this year's chapter of the year, as well as myself. I was the advisor of the year for the Alumni Advisory Council. So I'm really excited about that accomplishment that they made, but they are a really active group. They do a lot. They're helping at commencement. They're talking to different leadership about different things going on in the community at the university, as well as they're giving back, they're volunteering, they're very involved. You also heard about Reads Across America. They're involved with that as well. So there's a lot that they do, and it is a great network, as Chris mentioned as well, to get involved with. So if you are interested, this week is the last week to nominate yourself for the 2024 council. So you can use that QR code, and I believe JR is putting a link in the chat as well for you to use to apply. You have to apply by tomorrow by 11:59 p.m. in order to be in the running for next year's council. So we hope that you will take advantage of that. All righty. Then next, we just want to give you a couple of other things, alumni news. And so what that means is we want to make sure that any of you that are alumni, we want to make sure you know all the things that are available to you. So a few things that you need to know is that not only do you have lifelong access to career services, as you've heard today, but you also have lifelong access to the Treffery Library. So if you still like to use that resource for research or anything you might be working on as an alum, you still have access to the library. All you have to do is log into your eCampus and you still should have access to that library. So that is a benefit to you as alum. And then also we do things called employer letters. So if any of you have recently conferred and you would like to have a letter sent to your employer to let them know about your accomplishment, you can also reach out and request one of those. When you go into your eCampus, Alumni eCampus, go under the tab that says Alumni Services, and there will be a link there to request an employer letter, and we will be happy to set that up for you and get it out to your employer. So that is also a benefit. We also do alumni events, as you see here today. This is one of those events, as well as all week long, we've been doing events for homecoming and all of those things. So we're doing different things throughout the year to speak to different things that you guys may need to know about, just engage with you. All different types of things are available. Another really cool benefit that you have is a Benedy discount program, which we more affectionately call the alumni discount program, which is where you can, we have a third-party partner, Benedy, that we work with that has all types of discounts from everything from restaurants, theme parks, tires, all types of things you can find on there, and they're always adding new things. So again, this is something you can find in your eCampus under the Alumni Services tab. Just look for the Alumni Discount Program, and there you can get signed up for that program and begin to use those benefits. If you are a current student, but you are a former alumni as well, you may not have that access on your eCampus currently, so just reach out to alumni@apus.edu, and we can make sure that you get the connections you need to start getting those benefits as well. And then last but certainly not least, we want to mention the university directory, which is also accessed in your eCampus. This is where you can go and connect with other alumni, other students that are around the university. It's also where we house our mentoring program currently, where you can either become a mentor to others or be mentored. So there's different avenues there you can work with in the university directory, and that's available to you as well on the eCampus. And when you log in, it'll be a link at the top right there where you can connect, and they'll start the onboarding process if you haven't already used it, and just use that benefit to you as well. All right, a few other things. So again, there's so much that we talked about. We want to make sure you know about the complete alumni experience. You can use this QR code, and John Robert has put in a link in the chat as well to the website where you can find out about all the things that I've just talked about, plus more about how you can stay engaged and learn about all the things available to you as an alumni. So make sure that you take note of that and go and check out all the things you have there. It has all the things I just talked about benefits. It has information about the Alumni Advisory Council. It has our social media networks where you can find us, all the things. You'll see my face there, you'll see John Roberts' face there, but just definitely check that out if you need to know about all the things available to you as an alum as well. Next, for attending this event today, we want you to know that we currently have a diploma frame super swag pack giveaway happening right now for homecoming. And so what this means is as you engage throughout this week, whether you're engaging with us on social media or you're attending any of the events, that allows you to put an entry in to win a diploma frame. We are giving away one AMU and one APU diploma frame, along with a super swag pack that is filled with APU and AMU swag. So don't want to miss that. So if you attended this event today, you can enter for today's event. And when you go in and fill out the form, which JR is also putting it in the chat along with the QR code, there's going to be one that says, I attended from campus to career, and you want to choose that, and that will be your entry. So every time you engage with one of the things that we're having this week, you can submit another entry to up your chances to win one of those AMU or APU diploma frames along with the swag pack. And then next week on October the 25th, we're going to do a Facebook Live on our alumni Facebook page to announce the winner of the AMU and the APU diploma frame. So don't miss that opportunity. For attending today, you can enter this as one of your chances to win the diploma frame, okay? So make sure you take advantage of that as well. All right, and then Another thing we just can't stop giving you guys stuff. We have the campus store that is working with us to give you guys a discount this week and next week. For 30% off, you can get 30% off on any of the swag you purchase this week and next week, just using the code Homecoming 2023, and you can get 36% off of your purchase in the swag store, in the campus store, excuse me. So go ahead. If you love your university, you love AMU, you love APU, go ahead and get that swag order up. Get those Christmas orders in. Send it to your friends, your family. Let them know that you're proud to be an Eagle or you're proud to be a volunteer. So make sure you go and take advantage of that. It's only this week and next week that you have this available. So don't miss on that. So definitely take care of that as well. And then I'm going to let JR kind of take over and talk about referrals really quickly.
Thanks, LeVarn. We a lot of folks here, LeVarn and I are both AMU alums, and so we want to hear about referral stories. Use the QR code for AMU, and we'll have a link in the chat. We'll have a link for APU also. But use the QR code. Let us know. Refer a friend. Let us know if you do that. So we can capture the moment. We want to see the success. But word of mouth is a big part of our marketing strategy, and we'd love to see that go through.
Absolutely, JR. So thank you for sharing that. And so this one on the screen right now is for AMU, to refer a friend to AMU, and that's the link's going in the chat as well. And then this one here is for APU. So if you want to refer a friend to APU, you can do that through this QR code or the links that are being put in the chat as well. So definitely take advantage of both of those opportunities to tell other people about the experience and how they can get that same experience that you're having. So definitely take care of that as well. All right, we're almost done, guys. And so again, I just want to remind you that we are on social media. The Alumni Affairs team is on social media. You can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. If you're looking for us on Facebook or LinkedIn, just put in AMU and APU alumni. On the LinkedIn page, you will have to be accepted because that is a group exclusively for alumni. So just send a request and we'll let you in there. But the other ones, you can just freely follow us. And then if you're looking for us on Instagram or Twitter, it's at APUS alumni. So definitely make sure that you're following us on social media so you can stay up to date with all the things available to you, different events that we're having, different information from around the university that we share as well. We're telling stories of other alumni so you can see what the other alumni are doing, all those types of things. We're always trying to update and we're always coming up with new ways to engage with you. So definitely stay connected. Even our Alumni Advisory Council, we try to get them involved with some of the engagement there. So that's another way to connect with some of them there as well. So definitely follow us on social media so you can stay connected with us all the time. And then just one other thing, like I said before, if you have any reason to reach out to us, you can reach us at alumni@apus.edu, or you can call us at 877-755-2787 at extension 8264. If you call us, we're probably here between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and that's Eastern Standard Time, to connect with us by phone, but you can always reach us by email, and we'll be happy to respond to any of your questions or any support you in any way that we can, because we're here for you lifelong as alumni. So definitely reach out to us for any need, any questions you might have. All right. And then just one other thing we want to remind you of, because it is homecoming week, we do have one other event happening tomorrow. It is our virtual homecoming alumni virtual hangout. And we want you to be there because it'll be another chance for you to get involved. We'll have some games. We'll have some swag giveaways tomorrow. There'll be some opportunities for you to network and talk with your peers and talk with us, the Alumni Affairs team, answer any questions you might have. There'll also be some more great information about the alumni experience for you there as well. So don't miss that, because it'll be a lot of fun and you'll get to talk and engage with a lot of cool people, including myself. So definitely check out that QR code or the link that's being put in the chat to register for tomorrow's event at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're looking to close out homecoming week with a bang. So we hope that you'll join us and be a part of that great celebration. All right. And then last but not least, JR, if you want to share about the event survey.
Yeah, thanks. So we want these events to be the best events, and we want to get the most out of it for all of our attendees. And the best way we can do that is get honest feedback from the people that have been here. We want to hear things that could be better, things you'd like to see, things that we did good. Use the QR code, and the link's going to go in the chat. Take advantage of that and help us out.
All right. And so lastly, all we have left to say is just thank you so much. Thank you again to Hannah. Thank you to Nina. Thank you to Chris. Thank you to all of you guys for being here today. We hope that you've enjoyed this discussion today, and we hope that you'll continue to engage with us and let us know how we're doing and support all the different things that are available to you. Any students, we can't wait to meet you as alum. I like to think of us as your party planners for when you cross that line of conferral. And to all our alum, stay engaged with us. Let us know who you are, what you're doing. If you've written a book, if you're getting married, we want to know all about it. We want to stay in touch with you because we're your partners for lifelong. But again, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon.